What a big crowd. Thank you all for coming to attend this month's mayoral employee recognition event. The mayor was unable to attend today's event, and therefore Mr. Olson, our city administrator, he'll be standing in to present the awards as well as the pins or certificates for those that are to be recognized. And so, as many of you know, Mr. Olson's here each and every month support of those that are being recognized, and we appreciate you standing in today for the mayor. So Mr. Olson will be filling in on that role. Today we'll recognize, we have several different classes of people that we're going to recognize today. To mention a few would be, we have some interns from the Office of the Mayor that we're going to recognize. We have our Employee of the Month for April 2017. We have several other employees that will celebrate or have celebrated their anniversary as a member of the city's team this month. And last but not least, we have several employees that will be leaving the city's workforce. Sad, huh? But they're transitioning into retirement, so good for them. And so before we begin, I'd like to first have a round of applause for all those that currently work for the city in the capacity of an administrative professional, as today is Administrative Professionals Day. I'm sure that we thank these individuals throughout the year for the work that they do and the things they do to help keep the wheels turning on the city bus. But today is a special day set aside for their appreciation. I think we all understand and appreciate the task that these team members complete, no matter how small or large. It makes us a better resource to our constituents. So let's have a round of applause for anyone that's an administrative support person. Awesome. Thank you all for everything you do to help us be a stronger team. Next, we're going to recognize a couple of interns that have been assigned and have been completing work for the Office of the Mayor. There are two of them that have been working on a variety of highly visible projects for the city, one of which includes the Citizens Academy. For those of you that are aware of our Citizens Academy, or some of you may have even participated, or Brian, I know you still have yet to go. You get to do the wrap-up at the end. So they've been working on several projects, and we're going to recognize them for their work and effort in being interns with the Office of the Mayor. They're joined here by their parents, and so when we call their name, let's have a round of applause for them. And then if you'll come forward to receive your certificate, parents, if you want to come up, you can come up as well. And so we'll take a photograph, and then we'll go on with the rest of our program. And the first of those is Triana Earned. Triana?
For those of you who don't know, if you haven't been watching our city's YouTube channel, you need to get on there. You probably, like me, maybe some of you don't even know what YouTube is, but I do. Anyway, Triana has been helping with putting some of the videos together. We have really upped our game in the video world, and Triana was a really big help for that. So for those of you who are really excited about stormwater, that's the video you want to watch. Thank you.
All right. Our next intern that we're going to be recognized today is Miss Emma McBride Taylor. Emma?
I come up and take a picture.
So Emma helped run our Citizens Academy this year, and if any of you haven't been to the Union Public House to eat, let me just throw out a shout out to them. You may see Emma there. She's doing double duty. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to move on to recognize the individual that was selected as the Employee of the Month this month. As I mentioned, each month this award is designated or designed to recognize an individual that's really an all-star. They make us look good for our customers. They exhibit a positive image of what it means to be a city employee, and they set an example for us to follow. And so I included a quote, and today Aristotle was quoted as saying, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit." And so that's what our Employee of the Month, that's what these people do day in and day out as they come to their work. They have a habit of exceeding and excelling, and so they set that standard and they give us something to look forward to. They make our lives easier. And so with the April 2017 Employee of the Month, he began his employment with the city on August 18th, 2014 as a professional firefighter, which is where he continues to serve today as a member of the Pensacola Fire Department. Here was what was written in the nomination. Firefighter Chad Stemmel comes to work every watch with a great attitude, energy, and professionalism. Mr. Stemmel has been with the fire department for 2.5 years, and in that short amount of time, he has obtained his EMT certification and has been asked to be one of the field training officers for the fire department. Chad has volunteered to be on the Apparatus Purchase Committee and has found time to attend multiple fire conferences. On March 23, 2017, firefighter Stemmel was assigned to Engine 4 and along with Ladder 11 was dispatched to a motor vehicle accident. Once on scene, one of the patients was adamantly refusing care. Firefighter Stemmel noticed that the patient needed medical attention. Escambia County EMS was very busy that night and was holding 911 calls for other higher priorities. Firefighter Stemmel, with permission from his captain, used his phone to call EMS dispatch directly and to get an EMS crew on the scene. The patient was trauma alerted to Baptist Hospital. At the hospital, the patient quickly started to decline. A CT scan revealed that the patient had a dissected aorta and went straight into surgery. This patient had the best possible chance for survival due to Engine 4's on-the-scene clinical evaluation and firefighter Stemmel's recognition of a bad situation to go above and beyond the call of duty. And so it's for these reasons that we'd like to recognize Mr. Chad Stemmel as the April 2017 Employee of the Month.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're here. I know. I got a lot of family here today.
Gotcha.
There's a card that goes with this. If we'd known you were both showing up, we probably should have upped the amount.
Thank
you. And, you know, if I'm ever in an accident, I want you showing up.
Absolutely.
Apparently have the direct line there.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations, Chad, and thank you for all you do for our team. There was one other employee this month who received a nomination, and as I do every month, if I was nominated, I'd want to know that somebody put my name in the hat. And so that other person was also a firefighter, a member of the Pensacola Fire Department. It's Brian Bacher was nominated. So let's have a round of applause for him. I don't see him, but that's for a job well done. And so I asked that we all work together to keep the nominations coming in so the Nomination Review Committee can review them and consider them. So far, I've received one nomination for the month of May already, but if you have someone in mind, please don't wait. Go ahead and get that nomination submitted so that we can consider them for May's Employee of the Month. And so on that note, it's a great time to introduce, or at least to announce, who's going to be making up your Employee Nomination Review Committee for the upcoming year. And so we had an overwhelming response from city employees to elect the individuals that are going to represent you on the Employee Nomination Review Committee next year. We had about 330 people that actually took part in the survey. Now we have 700 employees, so some of you might look at that and say, well, only half of us participated. But I will say HR has administered other surveys, and we get 38 people that participate. So this was a huge success in getting your feedback as far as who you want to represent you on the committee. And so we have 4 individuals that were selected. Robbie McGuire of Public Works is going to serve on the committee. Adam McCoy of the Pensacola Police Department. John Chapman of Pensacola Fire Department, and Laura Picklap of the Financial Services Department. So let's have a round of applause for these individuals that are going to serve next year. And so Robbie did it right. So if you recall Robbie, or maybe if you weren't here, Robbie was our Employee of the Month last month. And so when you're on the committee, you obviously can't nominate or choose yourself to win the award. So he won it last month, and so now he's on the committee. So he timed it just right, I guess. All right, so there were many other names that received nominations. For those 330 of you that did take the time to click a box and give us the feedback on who you wanted to represent you, you know that there was probably 15, 20, 25 names of people that had been nominated. And so to me, even if you weren't selected to serve on the committee, it's still a big thing to be nominated by your peers and be recognized that they would trust you with the responsibility of speaking for them at the Employee Nominations Review Committee. So for those of you that weren't selected, I'd still like to commend you on the fact that your peers recognized you for this opportunity. We're going to move on now to recognizing those that have celebrated a milestone anniversary as a part of the city's team this month. And so we're going to start off with those that are celebrating their 1-year anniversary. And so when I call your name, we have several employees. When I call your name, please come forward and get your 1-year certificate for your completion of your first year as a city team member. And the first of those is Mr. Matthew Wint of the Fire Department.
So I didn't want to be on it. Here, I'll hold that, help you hold it for you. Hey, stay with us. We need more of you.
Next is Ms. Kimberly Newman of Pensacola Energy.
Thank you. Congratulations on the first year. You thought about how many more years you're going to go?
3 more.
Good.
Next is Mr. David Glover with Pensacola Energy.
Congratulations on the first year. It's been a good year at Pensacola Energy. Been busy. Yeah. All right, thank you.
And the last person to get their 1-year anniversary certificate is Bridget Bishke with Pensacola Energy.
It was a good year. Must have been quite a hiring conference or something.
Yes.
Don must have had a big recruiting effort a year ago.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to jump from 1 year up to our next increment is 5 years of service, and we have one individual that's celebrating his 5-year anniversary as a member of the city's team this month, and that individual is Mr. Edward Miltier of the Housing Division.
Hey, Warren. Hey, congratulations on 5. Hope we get 5 more. Of course.
All right, our next recognition is going to go to an individual that served 15 years as a member of the city staff. And so when I call your name, please come forward to get your pen. And she's supported today by her loving husband that's come here, but it's Joanna Walker of Sanitation Services. So she was quick to clarify when I greeted her and I met her husband earlier, that's 15 years with Weineke. So it's like 30 years. Maybe more. We might have should have given her a gift card or something, too. He's in the back. He's back there. All right, next we're going to recognize some individuals who are celebrating their 25-year anniversary this month. And so we have two individuals, both with the fire department, that are being recognized for a quarter of a century of service to the city of Pensacola and the fire department. The first of those is Ella, or as we know, Carolyn Watkins, 25 years. She'll come forward. As next is Mr. Kevin Robbins. I know he's here.
Same day.
All right. And so we're going to backtrack for 1 second because I skipped over someone, and I apologize for that. But we have another person for 15 years of service that I happened to skip over, and so Mr. Clarence Jackson for Public Works, if you'll come forward.
Bad Phil's there first. No, you got it right there. It's yours. It's got your name on it.
All right, so there were several others that were invited, but they confirmed that they were unable to attend today. I mention every month we all have lives outside the city, and so sometimes life takes priority, and we understand that. But I'd still like to recognize those that that did have an anniversary this month. This includes Keith Turney III with the Pensacola Police Department, Aaron Neal, who was also an employee of the month of ours, 1 year with the fire department, Richard St. Croix, 1 year with the Pensacola Fire Department, and Kristen Kane, 1 year with Pensacola Police Department. So if we can have a round of applause for those individuals. All right, and last but not least, we have three more individuals that we're going to recognize today. And these individuals will be making their transition from city service into retiree life. All right, something that, if I go back to these 1 year people, you got a long way to go. And so the first of these is Mr. Lonnie Isom, who will retire after roughly 30 years of dedication and service with the Pensacola Police Department. Please help me recognize and congratulate Lonnie for his service both to our organization and the community.
It doesn't fall apart. It's well made. What's the future hold?
My own business.
So there you have it. First,
Tea under a
keep that in mind, everybody. Don't forget. There's a gift card associated with that. It'll also help you start that business, I'm sure.
Lonnie's showing off. He's going into retirement, and he's growing hair in the one place where I can't grow it. I still got a long way to go to retirement. Next, we're going to recognize Mr. Garland McKenzie, who will retire after roughly 18 years of dedication and service with the Pensacola Police Department. Please help me recognize and congratulate Garland for his service both to our organization and the community.
You want to give a retirement speech? Floor is yours.
Pure and simple. It's been a great honor to serve this city and the community that I grew up in. God bless you all and keep me in your prayers.
Sorry. Again, I forgot the same thing. You're going to need this in retirement. Don't leave home without it.
Did you not trust Lonnie to give a speech?
Well, no, I'm
He's
sorry. I really I really messed up. So you can speak from the back. You sure? I think the crowd's demanding it.
He did, I'd have to bleep it out.
Okay, well,
We're holding your gift cards hostage until we see the quality of your speech. And, okay. One last person that's present today that we're going to recognize after roughly 30 years of dedicated service with the Pensacola Police Department, that's Mr. Cindy Scalise. So Cindy, if you'll come forward. No, Miss. Did I say Mr.? Miss.
I'm gonna tell my husband that.
you can see it on YouTube. We'll make it up to you with a gift card.
Thanks.
There's a gift card. Good, we got the right color.
And I do want to give a
And,
speech.
no, we want you to give a speech, and here's your opportunity if you want to say something.
Here's my speech. Woo-hoo!
All right, so we had two other city team members that are also retiring this month, life or retirement. Took them away so that they couldn't make it here today, but I'd still like to recognize them and their service. And that would include Mr. Herman Campbell, who will retire with nearly 22 years of service, and Mr. Bob Stafford, who will retire with nearly 24 years of service with the city. So let's have a round of applause for those two. Oh, Herman's here? Herman's here. Come on down, Herman. Ooh, he's going to roll on down here. Come on down. He was hiding in the back.
You can have the table. No, you got it.
We're ready.
We are ready. We're ready. If you don't mind, we're unpacking it.
That's when you don't call me.
You want to give your speech while we?
It's been a great career, though, I can say.
Great.
At least we got his card.
We'll start, this way we won't forget. Okay. We'll get your card. They say the last is the best, so we save the best for last.
Drum roll.
All right. Photo.
One more, just be sure. Thank you.
We'll have, we'll have Tony pack it up for you. And we'll,
Okay, thank you.
All right, and that, that's all that we have to recognize today. Mr. Olson, if you'd like to.
Well, everyone, this is probably one of the biggest crowds we've had, so I know the mayor's going to regret that he had to miss it, and it's great to see, as the mayor would always say, just not just the city families here, but we actually have family members who came out to support the people getting awards or retirement awards or anniversary certificates, and we had today a good example. We had from interns to 25 years of service to 30-year retirements. That's what we want to see in the city of Pensacola, that we're able to bring in local talent. And we always say sometimes what we want people to do if they're coming to work for the city of Pensacola, that we would love for them to stay here. Sometimes people get better offers, they move away, a spouse moves, they go on where the family goes. But we always want everybody to say, they look back at their time that they spent with the city of Pensacola and they say that they were professionally rewarded, personally rewarded, and they think that the city of Pensacola is one of the best places that they ever worked for. That's the best advertisement we could have. Hopefully that's the message that our retirees take away today. I think if Edward counted up right, we had over 125 years of service reflected just in the retirees today. That's amazing. It says a lot about the quality of the organization we have. It says a lot about the quality of the city. And I know the mayor would love to have been here today. If you still want a picture with him, we'll get that set up. But thank to all of you who came out. Thank you to the retirees. Good luck in retirement. Thank you to the interns. We hope that someday you're retiring from the city. Thank you all for coming out today, and let's get back to work.
If you received an award, please come up here for one last group photo. So if you got an award or a recognition, please come up front.